Thank you, Abdul. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all for coming out this evening. It is my honor to welcome you to the launch of our brand new platform, Festivals from India. We are very pleased to have you join us as we celebrate, discuss, and delve into the magic that festivals bring to all of our lives. Festivals from India is a India-UK initiative. It is the first ever digital platform created to showcase hundreds of cultural festivals throughout India that are based in art and culture. This platform has been made possible by British Council and designed and developed by ArtBrahma, a sister concern of the ArtX company. This platform will celebrate cultural diversity. It will also celebrate the coming together of communities. The platform will host festivals from across a range of genres, including art and craft, dance, design, film, folk art, food and culinary arts, heritage, literature, multi-arts, music, I'm not done, new media, photography, theatre, and visual arts. So I think this speaks to both the range of festivals that exist in India and abroad, and also what we're trying to do with the festival to make sure that we are able to showcase everything that is currently available. Through the course of this evening, we will hear more about the platform itself, how it came into being, what was the impetus behind it, and what we hope to achieve with Festivals from India. A panel discussion featuring personalities from the sector will be followed by a short performance, and we will conclude the evening with a reception. This is a chance for all of us gathered here to get to know each other a little bit better, because many of us are people from the sector and are connected in some way, shape, or form, whether we're actually organizing festivals or supporting them in some way. I would now like to invite Rashi Jain, Director of North India at the British Council, who will tell us a little bit more about what to expect. Rashi?
Thank you, Deepthi. Quite a range, I must say, of the festivals. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome from the British Council. I'm Rashi Jain, Director North India, and I'm here, and it's my perfect pleasure to welcome you all in this evening for the launch of the Festivals from India platform. Made possible by the British Council, Festivals from India is a major new digital platform, and we know the importance of digital post-COVID, an Indian-UK collaboration in arts and culture that is aimed to strengthen the creative economy through spotlighting arts festivals, developing audiences, building business skills, and expanding international network between India, the UK, and beyond. The British Council has made possible the Festivals from India platform in collaboration with our colleagues from ArtBrahma in India and the Audience Agency in the UK. This is to develop new audiences and showcase the huge variety, and you just heard the variety from Deepthi, of arts and culture festivals here. Develop the business skills, I think much needed again post-COVID, of festival managers with UK and Indian experts, and grow international partnerships and network with the UK and beyond. We all know arts and culture festivals enrich our lives the world over. Now, this will be especially true in India and the UK as we launch the Festivals from India platform. Backed by solid evidence and research, this new platform will be a repository of guidance for families and individuals wanting to find a festival, a lot like me, and for festival organizers wanting to make their event more accessible, or for them even to find a job. We sincerely hope Festivals from India will be a gateway to Destination India and to grow even more artistic collaborations with the UK and internationally. It will build trust through cultural relations and strengthen the creative economy through partnership that really matter between artist, festival, and of course the most important audiences. The box office, ladies and gentlemen, is open. Now you're most welcome to engage, explore, and experience this Festivals from India platform. So with all that said, the British Council is delighted to have this platform possible and to launch the Festivals from India today. We hope it will be a game changer. The team here has curated an exciting lineup of sessions and discussions around the role of arts and culture, festivals in strengthening the creative economy of the country and nurturing an ecosystem of support around the festival sector. And I'm sure you'll enjoy those panel discussions. After the panel discussion, there's a terrific performance by Mohammad Muneem. And post that, please join us. And I'm again happy that we are behind, we're away from the digital world and we're able to do this all in person. So please join us in Charbagh to enjoy some food and drink. Enjoy the evening, ladies and gentlemen. With that, I'll hand over back to Sankalita, who has led this project from the front to share her experience in bringing all of this together. Thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely evening today.
Hi everyone, a very good evening to everyone who's present here. We are delighted to have have all of you with us today and celebrate the launch of the Festivals from India platform. So Festivals from India, as Rashi and Deepthi mentioned, it's an India-UK initiative and the first of its kind, the first ever digital platform created to showcase hundreds of Indian art and culture festivals for culture seekers across the globe. The platform was conceived at the back of an extensive research commissioned by the British Council and carried out by the Artix company that outlines the needs of the festival sector, especially post the pandemic, how the sector understands and measures its audiences, and how festival goers engage and interact with festivals in India. We are launching the report later this evening, and it can also be accessed on the platform itself under the report section. Whether one loves attending festivals, is a festival organizer, manager, sponsor, advertiser, volunteer, or just a curious culture carnivore, Festivals from India has something in store for everyone. It shines the spotlight on contemporary as well as traditional arts and culture festivals and international partnerships, especially between the India and the UK. British Council's research, taking the temperature with FICCI, Artix company and the Smart Cubes, confirms that 88% of the creative industries are micro, small and mid-sized enterprises. And with COVID-19 impacting the independent and emerging festivals in particular, with 50% losing over 51% of their income in 2021. In the UK, the 11 Edinburgh festivals, the Manchester International Festival and the London International Festival of Theatre, to name just 3, reflect the ambition of artists, cities and audiences to open up, reach out and welcome the world through local, national and international cultural tourism. India's iconic festivals such as the Jaipur Literature Festival, Serendipity Arts Festival, Zero Festival, Kochi Muziris BNL, just to name a few, are beacons of eloquent artistic exchange and tens of thousands of young engaged audiences who flock to them for new experience of international arts. Festivals from India will be the bridge between the festival sector in India and the UK and beyond to strengthen the network and collaboration opportunities between artists as well as festival organizers, promote cultural tourism and strengthen the creative economy of festivals in India, and of course build new national and international audience base. The platform will also champion diversity of India's artists with the UK, urban and rural places, and India's languages by celebrating gender equality, social inclusion, sustainability, and skill development. the For Festival section of the website is a repository of reports and learning modules that anyone can access to deepen their knowledge about the sector, as well as there are resources that can be readily used for planning and management of festivals. It also provides networking opportunities for festival professionals. The life cycle of the platform development has been nothing short of a roller coaster ride, and it's heartening to see it all come together today. And I'd like to especially thank Jonathan for his vision and leadership to conceive a project of this kind whose legacy will be long-lived. My entire team at British Council for supporting me to bring this project to fruition, and the entire team at ArtBrahma, the hand and heart behind this project, who have worked tirelessly to turn Festivals from India from a concept to a beautiful platform. I can go on and on about the platform, but I'll stop here and hand over to Deepti to take us through the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Shankalita, and thank you, Rashi. I was smiling backstage when Shankalita was talking about the journey that has happened, because it's been quite a journey and it's been a lot of blood, sweat and tears. So we are very, very happy to reveal the platform to you now. Over the next few minutes on the screen behind me, you will see a recorded walkthrough of the FFI platform so that you understand what are the different components of the platform. Essentially, it'll help you navigate it once you are able to log on to festivalsfromindia.com yourself. So without further ado, could we have the videos, please?
Are you missing festivals as much as I am?
Festivals are part of our daily lives.
Festivals remind me of joy.
Aren't we glad festivals are back? Let's celebrate them together.
I love film festivals because it offers a space for intermingling of LGBTQ community and film appreciating audiences.
Film festival presenting the latest in world cinema.
I love film festivals because, well, who doesn't love a party?
Festivals remind me of fun and frolic.
When I think about festivals, I think of connections.
The music festivals make me feel alive.
If you want to know anything about festivals, well, this is the right place to be.
Catch us
on festivalsfromindia.com.
Welcome to Festivals from India, where you can explore the magic of Indian cultural festivals. It is your one-way ticket to wonder, excitement, discovery, and most of all, fun. Made possible by British Council, Festivals from India is a platform that connects festival goers and organizers with each other, allowing festivals to reach wider and more diverse audiences from across the world and welcoming them into India. Here, you can discover hundreds of popular, new, or previously undiscovered festivals we have in India each year. Find out what's trending in the festival sector. Learn about the international collaborations between India and the UK, and read articles that take you through the backstage secrets of all your favorite festivals. Discover India through its festivals with our meticulously curated sections, hidden gems, talks and conversations, virtual festivals, and sensory delights. Explore India in a way never done before. Want a personalized suggestion? Based on your location, we will find all the festivals near you. And if you are looking for something further from home, you can browse through our list of online festivals where you can enjoy festivals from the comforts of your home. Festival organizers, don't forget to head to the Producer's Corner for a wide variety of resources for our organizers. Here, you can learn, network, seek, and read more about the Indian festival sector. You can also catch us online on our social media platforms for real-time updates, festival guides, and much more. While you're at it, do sign up to our newsletter for some curated goodness straight into your inbox. If you are a festival organizer, this is a dedicated section for you. This section is to empower festival organizers with information, resources, and opportunities you need to develop your career and skills in the festival sector. Here's where organizers can learn, network, seek jobs and opportunities, read about the sector, and list their festivals with us. With the guidance of the South Asia Festivals Academy, organizers can develop their business and festivals by simply exploring the modules around how to start a festival, business and governance, financial management, and much more. There are 5 modules in total, with more that will be added periodically. Each module will have the lessons, readings, and case studies that you can download straight to your inbox. You can combine this with a bunch of resources, articles, and reports from the festival sector. A crucial aspect of the festival sector is networking. With Festivals from India, you can network with festival professionals in India and the UK and around the globe. We present to you Festival Connections in Dara for all your networking needs. Well, apart from networking, you can also seek jobs and opportunities. You can filter them by state and dates for your results that work for you. We've also curated articles, reports, and resources to provide a holistic picture of the sector. From guides and research to blogs, toolkits, and case studies, we've got something for every kind of reader and their reading mood. Want to be a part of the Festivals from India? Present your festivals to audiences across India and the world by filling out the form on List My Festival. An easy process that puts your festival on the first ever online platform for festivals. Let us now explore what we've been waiting for the most, an actual festival on our website. On this festival page, you can find out all the information you need, be it location and dates, how to reach the venue, festival schedule, image gallery to get you in that festive mood, facilities and accessibility features, and anything you need to know about a festival. And while you're at it, click on the festival organizer too, to understand their journey and learn about other festivals organized by them. Who knows, you may discover your new favorite festival here. And finally, here you can read all about who we are, who are partners, and the values and philosophies that drive our work. Equal opportunity, accessibility, and fair treatment to all is at the core of our principle at Festivals from India. We believe in an India made of many Indias and respect the multilingual, multicultural, and multi-ethnic nature of the festivals listed on our portal. Our website is available in over 10 South Asian languages and has accessibility embedded in its very foundation, so people from all walks of life can access our website. More information can be found on our Equality, Diversity, and Inclusion page. We also believe in championing the cause of our biggest stakeholder, you, the people of India, and the place we call home. Festivals from India is committed to operating in a way that's environmentally conscious and socially responsible. Well, we won't keep you waiting any longer. We invite you to visit festivalsfromindia.com and wander through the website and experience the wonder of festivals. Log on to www.festivalsfromindia.com and dive right in.
Thank you so much. I would like to invite 2 of the people behind this entire initiative, Jonathan Kennedy, Director of Arts India at the British Council, and Rashmi Dhanwani. If you could please make your way to the stage. Rashmi is the founder, director of ArtX Company, and co-founder of ArtBrahma. And we hope that they will tell us a little bit more about the vision that went into building FFI.
Thank you, Dipti. Hi, Jonathan.
Hello. We did a double header.
Yeah, I know. We're just going to take one mic each. I hope you can hear us. Thank you so much for joining us today. We just thought maybe before we share the report with you, we could spend we discussed 45 seconds talking about why, we looked at doing this kind of research. We've been running Festival Connections, which is a program of networking, peer sharing and learning amongst festival professionals over the last 3 years. First started as a physical format and then moved to a digital format in 2020 with the first wave. And we had a good sense of the pulse of the community, not just what it was like before the pandemic, but the changes that had unraveled after March 2020. And that gave us a good sense of what the needs of the community are. But Jonathan felt that this needed to be informed by a little more than just
on the job understanding and instinct about what is going on with the sector. Jonathan, would you like to give us a sense of why is it that you...
Sure, yeah. And I guess before we launched the festival's program, our research was kind of showing the growth areas in India in arts and culture, and festivals have clearly been expanding massively 5 years up until about 2018. So that gave us a sense of where's the growth area, and that also means there's risk, because young companies, young MSME festivals are imploding because it's hard to get beyond those initial early years and to survive. So thinking of the arts entrepreneurship that makes up the emerging festival sector alongside the established festivals, and then the UK expertise in the mix of that, we thought there's something to bring all of this together. So the research informed our initial thinking, and what we have today in our research that we're also launching today is the culmination of lots of those things coming together. The Festivals Academy for the training of festival business skills, international partnerships we've been able to bring together with the UK and India, the skilling and the networks from Festival Connections, and then, of course, the world has changed. We've gone from being in fields and theatres and galleries and museums and online. So how can we make all of this brave new world live on the platform and informed by research? So that we're also thinking of what festival managers need in their skills development, but also what audiences need by way of their experience, and how do we know what they want to know, what they need to know before they book their ticket. So all of these key areas kind of come together, the audience and the festival's businesses, and that's kind of where we've got to.
And that is what has informed the website. So, instead of blocking it with a lot of information about everything under the sun, the research allowed us to think about what is it that festival audiences are looking for. What languages are they likely to search for information in? From the festival's community point of view, what information do they have already that they can share with us? What is the information that we'd like to have on the website, but there's no capacity for them to develop that information? Or the fact that, festival lineups get released only a few days before the festival goes live. That's the reality of the sector that we're operating in this country. So what kind of positionality do we give that kind of information? So all of this informed the development of the site, and we had three kinds of ways in which we informed, this research was informed. One was we looked at all of the data that we generated over 3 years of doing Festival Connections. So all of the RSVP forms we had, I think we had data of about 600 to 800 festival professionals talking about their needs and what they want from that session. We layered that with a mapping exercise. We mapped about between 700 to 1,000 festivals. It was a very difficult exercise because every few days we didn't know whether a festival is going to survive or not. You have to bear in mind that this portal has taken a year to build, and we've had 2 waves between that time. So that mapping was the second layer, and the third layer was the innumerable calls we made to all our festivals community. So Sanjoy Roy, I think Roshan has heard innumerable amount of times from our team. I believe Varun Gupta from Chennai Photo Biennale. So really reflecting different kinds of festivals from across the country, different genres, what they felt they needed to add on the website. And then finally the user research that was led by our web design team, ArtBrahma, where they spoke to a range of different kinds of audiences. And those audience groups were informed again by research and thinking provided by the audience agency, which is our UK partner, looking at what kind of audience segments come to festivals. Do we have a larger group of people from the age group of 18 to 35 coming to festivals? What are their needs? Are they looking for things like, I would like to come to a festival where I can express my gender identity? Or someone who has access needs, so a person with disability, what are their needs? What are they looking from a website of this sort? Or an older professional or an older audience member who only likes classical music. What are they looking for from this platform? Or families. So these are the kind of personas that then our teams researched on and then developed those sections on the website. So that's, I think, the sum total of that. Maybe we can just do the research reveal if we can have that. And at this stage, we'd also like to invite our panelists, Vidyun Singh and Siddharth Chaturvedi, if you could just join us so we could have this, share this moment with you as well. lost chops ready. Copies around for everyone. We can just sort of share them with you. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we have with us Vidyun Singh, who is the creative head of programs and director of programs at India Habitat Center, and Siddharth Chaturvedi, who amongst many things is the CEO of Event Crafters from Jaipur, but also the General Secretary of the Event Management Association of India. And we wanted to have you both because you have, for me it was, personally it was quite emblematic of the sector we live in. Festival sector, for that matter, the culture sector is not a recognized industry, as we know. But at the same time, you've held different roles. You work across genres, and these genre compartments we talk about, which is music, dance, theatre, they're often artificial. You're jumping across from one genre to another, and you have done that in your work across different genres, in your the different positions and roles that you've held, and also what the last 3 years have made us do. So thank you so much for joining us. And what we thought is we could give you all a sense of, we've been living and breathing festivals, at least for the last 3 years in an academic context, but also you have been living with this for much longer. So we thought maybe to begin with, we could have your perspectives on what does festivals mean to you? And in particular, we are for this portal looking at arts and culture festivals because this country just has so much to offer and you need to be able to solve one problem at a time. So let's look at art and culture festivals. And within that paradigm, my first question is to you both, is why festivals? What festivals do for a country like India? Maybe starting with Vidyun, knowing that you've straddled craft, design, performing arts, and festival curation in your avatars over the years, would love to hear your thoughts on this question.
Thank you, Rashmi. But before I answer your question, I want to just tell you that was just the most amazing unveiling of something that is going to really be a game changer. So congratulations, all of you, because I think this was completely, it was so wanted. Why anybody didn't think of it before Jonathan thought of it, I don't know. But there it is. It's something that needed to be done, and it's going to be amazing. So congratulations on that. So, yeah. So, festivals. Why festivals and what festivals do? Well, there is, of course, a lot that festivals do. We know that they sort of build up all kinds of communities. They build up economies and all that. But I think for me, the most important thing that what festivals do is actually, it's that sort of transversal nature. The fact that they actually cut across, whether it's generations, whether it is socioeconomic backgrounds, whether it is, what binds people together is actually just their passion or their interest. And for me, that's been the most interesting thing, whether it's been film or theatre or dance or music or whatever. What comes together is a completely wonderful universe, which is what festivals do. I think for me that's the most important thing. There are lots and lots of benefits of festivals which we can talk about. But I think purely the joy of being able to see that happen, to see that communication, to see that building of a community is something that all the online festivals in the world cannot do. So which is why physical festivals for me.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Just a few weeks ago when Jaipur Literature Festival happened, and I remember I walked in really early in the morning at about 9:30, and there were these streamers at the entrance. And I can't explain, there was a sense of thank God, we're back here. There's a sense of belonging that yes. You feel at a festival where you don't feel like this is not for you. You're here to just experience what it holds for you. So I do get that. But in India, where we don't always have shared public spaces for different groups and classes of people coming together. So within that context, what do festivals do from India? And I actually, maybe coming from you, Siddharth, your point of view, considering you've organized so many festivals also from a production side, what does it do for a country like India?
Oh, it does so much. There are so many sides of it, like she said. Socially, first, it makes us, if I'm going into a festival, experiencing something which I have not experienced before, I enrich my mind. It expands my mind. It gives me experiences which I've not. So to say, it broadens my mind a little to begin with. Economically, of course, it affects and gives livelihood to a lot of artists and artisans, and not just there, around the festival also. We've spoken about the entire economic impact. Jonathan had shared this thing that how UK festivals, £1 spent gives £6 to other economic area, which are places you're staying, places you're going out on a drink, going out and shopping. So it's a big aggregator, a cultural aggregator of people and experiences. So there are many sides of it, and which we will of course dwell further on. But largely, I think this is what a festival does. And for a country like India, where every 100 kilometers the language changes, traditions changes, culture changes, there's so much to showcase, and there's so much to explore, and there's so much to learn for people. So it becomes a perfect showcase for if you're coming in for 2 days or 3 days or 5 days or 7 days when the festival is being organized at your place. What amazing showcase of that place. How can you actually travel to a location and explore that, what all you can do in a 2 day in a festival, while meeting people, meeting the best of the musicians and best of minds and best of creative minds coming together in one place. I think that's what festival does.
So Vidyun, you spoke about festivals as the equalizer, and you spoke about festivals as a sort of measure of sort of cultural integration. You get a sense of pride around how the country changes every 100 kilometers and the interactions you have with creative minds from so many different parts. Bringing that back to Jonathan, you have this sort of positionality of looking at what festivals does for a country like the UK, and also having been in India for the last few years. What does that look like for you in terms of what kind of, what do festivals for you do in both these parts of the world?
Well, I think if I think just as a festival goer, as an audience member, that sense of being challenged, educated, informed, learning about a different culture, being confronted with things that are unexpected, all of that artistic experience that builds empathy and compassion and a sense of place and a sense of community and a sense of an artistic perspective is what festivals offer. And then when we consider how internationalizing of festivals brings artists from different nationalities together to engage with different audiences again, thinking of, say, Edinburgh Festival, which actually is 6 festivals all in 1 month in August every year in Scotland. It's the international festival that was the first festival that was actually 75 years ago this year. But off the back of that, similar to Jaipur Lit Festival, a whole lot of fringe events started up. And actually the fringe now is much bigger than the international festival. And there are 25,000 performances alone every August in Edinburgh, plus the book festival, plus the film festival, plus the tattoo, plus the art festival, all just in August. So that sense of internationalizing the sense of a location, being outward looking, inviting in the world into your city, these are all important parts of what festivals do, and it's very different from being in a museum or a theatre or a gallery, which are a little more mono in how they function, whereas festivals have all of these things embraced in one. So there's something around that sense of mutuality and exchange that goes on, I think, in festivals. It's little like no other. between artists at festivals, festival companies traveling to be with each other, and then the audience interaction with that. So for us, when it came to looking at how we could bring that sense of these DNA moments across India and the UK together, the platform is really aiming to do several of these things. Develop new audiences for festivals in India, and for those who haven't got much by way of a digital presence, provide it. And then in terms of the network that can come from the platform with festivals working together and internationally, that way for them to find the festival, find the partner, and then in terms of the skills of festival managers, those emerging festivals who may implode if they haven't got those basic skills, the connections events, the academy, again, just develops that other layer of infrastructure so that when we think of the impact of the pandemic, what we project 10 years from now, we also know that this is a time, it will pass, and actually the platform will hopefully help develop those relationships and enhance those skills longer term.
Yeah, Rashmi, I just wanted to say that, I'm coming back to the site, but one of the most important things of festivals, one of the most important dimensions of festivals is something that's been captured here, which is what festivals does for those, not just for audiences, but for the participants. The fact that what is important, whether we have a film festival or a theatre festival, is the opportunity to interact, the Q&A with the director, the interactions, the workshops within the groups, the learnings that happen. That's what makes that, the festival a festival rather than just an event. So I think the fact that the website is capturing elements of that and being able to create that space for interaction is something which is really commendable.
I like to add to it again. Another aspect of the festival is what the festival does that for that particular location or for that town or for the city by large. It's amazing. It's I've been witness to it. I'll tell you, I started doing what I'm doing 25 years back. I was very young, 20-year-old, who got into event management for this purpose only, because my town was such a boring town. I lived in a city which was Jaipur. Now when you think of Jaipur as a name, it's one of the most happening places in the globe. But then back then it was a very boring town, and for a young person, living in that town, it was. I saw most of the brain drains. Drain to bigger towns. People studying higher education in another town. So, there was a sense of purpose. We felt that, and that's where we met some like-minded people. In 2002, we started this festival called Jaipur Heritage International Festival. It was called Jaipur Virasat Utsav in Hindi. And that changed the complete perspective of the town, how our town was looked by the globe. Jaipur Literature Festival started as a fringe festival to this main Jaipur Heritage International Festival. And you saw how tourism has developed in Jaipur around the festival. You've seen how, how suddenly we saw Rajasthan into a whole lot of action of not just festivals, but whole lot of mice movement came in, whole lot of weddings started coming in, whole lot of, there was so much of buzz around this whole region. This is what a festival can do to a town. It can actually give you a completely different, a new identity whatsoever.
So that's quite a fascinating part that you spoke about, which is the economic impact of a festival. So you spoke about the brand value, which is intangible, but it brings in value in other ways, which is impact on ancillary sectors like hospitality, tourism. That's one. The second is it's the reverse brain drain that you were talking about, people moving back into that and therefore decentralizing city economies in some ways, which is, I think, now that seeing how difficult it is to live in cities, all of the pollution that we're talking about, maybe that's a move that is possible with festivals. And you also spoke, I think you tangentially touched upon employment. And given your current position with IMA, where you're looking at various event management companies, could you perhaps throw a little light on how do festivals help employment?
Oh, it does. In a big way. When there's a festival being organized in a particular location, of course you hire a whole lot of people to put it together. There are, and to say in terms of numbers is concerned, it's a very unorganized sector. This whole sector. But it's a huge sector in our country. We are actually claiming that it actually employs 10 million people in the country, somewhere or the other. And I'm talking about the larger, considering all kinds of events put together, includes religious events, government, political, corporate, and everything put together. So it's a huge sector. And when you do a big thing like a festival in a town, like you were mentioning, even a hawker gets employment, who's around that so you can't count that. You really can't count how many people are being benefited out of it, but there are a whole lot of people who get benefited out of it.
It's quite a difficult exercise. So what he's referring to was a report that we did with the Serendipity Arts Festival in Goa, and I think there were two pieces of statistics that came around from there, that the festival in itself employed about 2,800 people. We had some differentiation between full-time and part-time, but 2,800 over the duration of that 1 year. And in addition to that, I think about 30 to 40% were locally employed. And there was another tangent to that Goa being Goa may not have all of the facilities that are required to organize certain events of a certain scale, because every event has a different requirement. So I remember we had spoken to a light vendor and a sound vendor who actually supplied all of the equipment from Bangalore, and then over a duration of 2-3 years set up a Goa office, saying that now we need to do it here. So how it sort of created, it's difficult to assess the impact over one period. It's a slow moving impact. It happens over time. Jonathan, would you be able to, because UK sector is far more organized, so you've got far more evidence mapped over time to back up how festivals impact the regional economies. If there's anything that you could share on that.
Yes, so if we think of Edinburgh again, and each year 25,000 performances in August, attracting 4.5 million visitors over the course of the festival. It's an enormous national, local, international attractor to the city. And that has many, many benefits, as we've touched upon, in terms of hoteliers and retail and transport, and challenges, infrastructure. You've got to make sure everything is going to work, because that additional level of input every year into the city also applies a different kind of challenge. But that's the same for smaller festivals too. It's macro and micro. The same challenges apply on infrastructure. And for a festival manager, you've also got to understand what that means for you and your festival and how you plan for those things, so that the customer experience is positive. You don't get stuck in a traffic jam for hours because you can't get onto the site, or when you're leaving the site, you leave your tent behind, and then that leaves an impact on the environment. So all of these things are really material to what festivals do and how they operate. In terms of data, we've been working recently with the Ministry of Tourism in West Bengal, and we, in 2019, mapped the impact of the creative economy of the Durga Puja festival. And we mapped different sectors: lighting, artisans and craft, the pandal makers, the designers, the hoteliers. And when we then brought all that data together, the value to West Bengal's annual GDP from the Durga Puja festival is 2.58% of gross domestic product for the state. It's really, really significant. So festivals may seem disorganized, they may seem haphazard, but they're absolutely major drivers for livelihoods and the exchequer. And that's really important to note, that artists are absolutely driving businesses and driving benefit to communities.
Yeah, I'm back to your website because I want to just tell you something that is another point that struck me when he was talking about having Edinburgh having 8 or 11 festivals during. I think what's really important is, and what has emerged in the last 2 years, because we were doing online stuff and everything else, I think the key word that has changed within the community is a sense of collaboration. And so I feel that, for instance, that if there is a JLF happening, it was already happening, that the India Art Fair and JLF would sort of, coincide without overlapping. But this way you can actually map and be able to plan accordingly, and everybody benefits, with the result that you're not working in a vacuum and saying, oops, I didn't know this was happening, I didn't know that was happening. So I think that sense of collaboration, this will give access to, and everybody will benefit from it, and I think that's something that should be highlighted.
That is true, actually. With the literature festivals, they have that circuit with Kolkata, Delhi, Jaipur around that time, and that ends up benefiting, economizing some of the costs that take place. So absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm saying if you're a visitor and if you're coming into India, even if you're coming into North India, which is like coming into another country for a lot of people, but I'm saying, so then you plan that, you're saying that, okay, there's the art fair, then there's JLF, there's the Habitat Festival, there's other such little things. So I'm saying it actually makes a person map their itinerary in a much more logical and, fruitful way.
I agree. And since we have all of you as a captive audience, we've got the India Art Fair coming up in a few short days, followed by the Film Festival at the India Habitat Center. So all of which you will find on the website. But if you are here, please make it a point to catch both those festivals. Vidya and Siddharth, Jonathan, thank you so much for coming here and sharing your thoughts. We have recorded it for posterity, so we will call you out on that and take those quotes and then go to the authorities that we have to make a stronger case for the festivals we have. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure and congratulations again.
Congratulations once
again.
Thank you. Great website there.
Thanks a lot. Over to Dipti.
Thank you to our panel for that wonderful discussion. And I know that there were several people in the audience who probably have thoughts running in parallel or perhaps even tangentially to what was discussed. So we'd love to hear some of that in the reception after the program ends. For those of you who are watching us on the live stream, thank you for joining us. And thank you especially to those of you who came out today to join us this evening. I would like to thank most especially the resources team at the British Council Delhi for helping us put all of this together and for carrying out this event so seamlessly. So please, a round of applause for them. Thank you. To our team at ArtBrahma, thank you for all of the hard work that's gone into helping this platform take shape. We'd also like to thank everyone who has provided us with very valuable input, sometimes critical feedback. Some of you are in the audience as well, so thank you very much for that. That's really helped us get to where we are today. As some of you may know, the FFI platform, Festivals from India, this platform is a culmination of about 2 years of programs that have been taking place under the Festivals for the Future umbrella program initiated by the British Council. One of the verticals under this festival program, Festival Connections, has hosted digital and in-person events almost every month since August 2019, which is quite a feat. We've also managed to transition from in-person to digital right about when the COVID pandemic hit us. We've addressed a large variety of topics that are core to the cultural festival sector, and we will be hosting the last 2 digital events of the series in the next few weeks, and I want to take a few minutes to tell you about them in case you'd like to join, or if you know someone who'd like to join either of these events. Tomorrow, on the 21st of April, we have a workshop titled Restructuring Financial Strategy for Festivals, and this is going to be an online event. The workshop will address issues such as what are the ingredients for a good financial plan, understanding how to create an accurate but now flexible budget, which is critical. What are the resources that festival teams currently have available and how to make the most of it? And what market research is required for any festival director or festival team to conduct or to tap into. And 10 days later, on the 30th of April, the Festival Connections team will host the first networking circle. It is another digital event that brings together stakeholders and professionals from the festival sector. The idea is, as the title suggests, is to build connections, to encourage collaborations between festivals, and explore new professional opportunities. This is designed as a series of one-on-one meeting booths, and it offers mentors and mentees a chance to connect. So to register for these online events and to know more, I'm obviously going to ask you to go to anyone. That's right, festivalsfromindia.com. Thank you very much.